At least 12 people were injured in a Russian drone attack early on Sunday, which damaged homes and apartment buildings. So continue to keep you guys posted on those international affairs.
Yeah, I mean,
In other,
I've been watching that
go ahead.
little, I've been watching those exchanges, and it's like those two egos could be the end of civilization as we know it. Like I was thinking about that over the weekend.
You say the two. Are you talking Trump
Putin
and
and
Putin?
Trump, Putin
Yes.
and
Okay.
Trump. Like you know how they always said Russia and Putin had something on Trump, and they talk about the P tapes and all that other stuff, and basically Russia had America in his pocket, and they helped to steal the election. What if all that is true, right? Then Trump has no more use for Putin anymore, and wouldn't you want to get the guy that allegedly has all of this blackmail material against you? Wouldn't you want to get him out of here?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So wouldn't now be the time? I just don't like when I hear him say, Putin's crazy, he's lost it, blah blah blah, and then the Kremlin and they throw a little shot back. Like that could get stupid real fast.
Yeah, because then they start talking about nuclear and this and
Exactly.
and we don't need those problems.
Exactly.
We don't need those problems. We'll bring it back to the home front.
That's bigger than a problem. If like that would be the end of civilization as we know it.
Yeah. So if we could bring it back just a little bit, back to the big, beautiful bit.
All right, Shalom. All praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and Shalom to you brothers pushing this truth and sincerity. I'm Karat Azab Bob back on another show. And all right, so this video is here from the Breakfast Club. And pretty much they reported on the recent situation with Russia and Ukraine and Russia's recent airstrike on Ukraine. And Donald Trump is speaking against what Putin is doing. Okay, so pretty much as you heard from the video and Charlemagne's input about those two egos of Trump and Putin, and how he feels that it could lead into World War III, nuclear war. Okay, but this is what the prophets has been saying for for many years now, starting from our apostles on down to the brothers. Okay, we've been saying that look, World War III is going to happen. All right, and that main war is going to be between America and Russia. But we are in the times now where, as the days go by, the conflict between America and Russia is going to continue to brew. All right, and it's going to be to the point where none of these media outlets cannot deny, they cannot avoid speaking about it. Okay, as time go on, there's going to be more the main media coverage is going to be about World War III. It's going to be about the conflict between Russia and America. All right, why? Because we are living in the times of biblical prophecy. We're living in the times of the end, which these people, the average Joe, don't understand that. Look, this is all biblical prophecy. Okay, they don't understand that this is inevitable. That why? Because the Most High, He's going to destroy America by ICBM nuclear missiles. All right. So yeah, and more people are going to start seeing that. Look, the times that we in are times of evil, times of war. All right, you ain't gonna be able to deny it anymore. You're not gonna be able to put it aside and live your lives how you want to live, because this is gonna be the new reality. Okay, as we approach closer and closer to the end, the reality is World War III. So we're gonna jump into scriptures, and the first scripture I want to get is Let's go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter. Let's go to Ezekiel 33 and 30. Okay, so this is Ezekiel 33 and 33, and it reads, "And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them." Yeah, that's right. So, starting from our apostles on down, we've been saying, look, World War III is going to happen. That's biblical prophecy. When you read Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, 39th chapter, it speaks about that war between America and Russia, okay? Gog and Magog, and how they're going to destroy America by thermonuclear fire, all right? Which our apostles been teaching for, decades. And we're out there today teaching the same thing. And, the people ignore what the prophets is saying and, continue on with their lives and their careers and things of that nature. But now the Most High is making things evident, all right? And his word that the prophets out there is speaking are starting to come into play, all right? And it says, so when it comes to pass, and lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet had been among them, right? Now, when all these things fully come into play, that's when they're going to believe the prophets. That's when they're going to acknowledge what we were saying, okay? Because a lot of our people, they really don't, they really like to speak against the Israelites, okay? And what we out there teaching, they're against us. But things is happening, okay? It's going to come to a point where they can't deny what we're saying anymore, all right? But that's going to be the turnaround, because in that time, that's going to be when they're going to be looking to, seek the prophets. But in that time, the Most High is not going to have the prophets out there, and they're not going to be able to get this word, okay? They're not going to be able to get this understanding. So from there, let's go to Habakkuk. Habakkuk chapter 2, 3, 2. Habakkuk 2 and 3, it says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak." Yes, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. Okay, we've been saying that World War III is going to happen. America's going to be destroyed, for years. Okay, especially when the apostles was out there, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, teaching America's going to be destroyed. But at that time, things, the talks of World War III wasn't really for that time. Okay, so people are just continuing their lives and really not believing in that will happen. Okay, but now we're in the times where you can see it. It's evident. Everything is there. Like any time that any day, America and Russia could declare war on each other. All right, that's the reality of the times that we're in right now. Okay, but that's why it says, "But at the end it shall speak," because now it's speaking. Okay, 10 years ago it wasn't as clear as day as it is now. 20 years ago it wasn't as clear as now. All right, but now it's speaking, man, and it says, "And not lie," because the Most High word is going to come to pass. All right, the Most High, all the prophecies that the Most High set out to play out is not going to lie. It's going to take place. All right, and this is something that is inevitable. Okay, it's not going to be any peace treaties and America and Russia disarming their nuclear weapons. No, they're gonna use those weapons on each other, and America's gonna be destroyed. So it says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Yeah, so though it tarry, you gotta wait for it. All right, because once the Most High have everything set up, it's surely gonna come. All right. But the Most High is is putting that spirit in these people to look, to understand that the times that we're living in are the times of the end. Okay, you're gonna see more and more Jake start realizing it, and that's in let's get that in Joel. I believe it's Joel 3. Let's see, Joel 3. I believe it's 2. Joel 3 and Joel 2 and 28, and it says, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. Yeah, so, and that's what the Most High doing. He's putting that spirit out there in these people to understand the times of the end. Okay. Charlemagne, for example, we watched the video. In the video clip, he said, he pretty much prophesied. Okay, pretty much said, look, this could be the inner civilization. Well, we know that the whole earth is not going to be destroyed by fire. Well, we understand America, the whole land of America is going to be destroyed, and different parts of Russia and those neighboring countries, they're going to get hit with missiles too. But a lot of people is going to be destroyed in that World War III, But, he pretty much realized, look, man, if Trump and Putin, if the tension continue to brew between them, then World War III could pop off and it could be a nuclear war. He understands that, But that's the Most High is putting that spirit on people to realize, look, we in the times of the end. All right. So it says, okay, so from there, let's go to the book of Joel, 3rd chapter. It's Joel 3rd chapter, verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Yeah, that's right. And this is what the Most High is doing. The Most High is putting that spirit in these nations to prepare war. And that's why you have that conflict between Russia and Ukraine. Russia is in a mindset of war. Okay? Ezekiel 38 chapter, it speaks about how the Most High is going to put that evil thought in their mind. Okay? And ultimately that's going to be to launch those missiles over here to America. But what the Most High is doing is slowly putting all the pieces together, slowly building up these nations' mindset to get ready to go to war. All right, and it's starting with these minor wars right now, and the conflicts between the nations that's going to continue to brew. But eventually, we're going to get there. So it says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. And that's what these nations are doing, okay? The money that they can be invested into their economy, they taking that money and investing it into their military, into their weaponry, into building up their nuclear arsenal, okay? It says, assemble yourselves, Come all ye heathen, gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Yeah. And in those times, the Most High is going to bring the angels too. Okay? And the angels is going to fight in this final battle also. Right? Because at the same time, this is going to be the time where Yahweh Shai and the angels return. So it says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Yeah, it was the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yehoshaphat, and that's over there in the east. Okay, where the Most High over there, that region of Saudi Arabia, and that's where that battle is mainly going to take place. And there, that's where the Lord, he's going to judge the nations. Okay, when they fighting that war, because the Most High, he's gonna allow these nations to pretty much kill each other in mass numbers. All right, let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 34. Isaiah 34 and 1, it says, "Come near, ye nations, hearken." It's like it says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth and all that is therein, the world, and all things that cometh forth of it. For my indignation," it says, "for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all the armies." Yeah. So this is the Lord's anger. All right. That final battle, that final war, that's going to be a part of the Lord's anger, because the Most High is going to use that war to destroy all these heathens for, pretty much what they have done unto his people, which are the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, "And my fury upon all their armies." That's right. So this is going to be the Most High's fury when these nations fight. It says, "He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood." Yeah, that's right. And when this war happened, these nations are gonna die in mass numbers. All right, and there's gonna be dead bodies everywhere, and just dead carcasses laid out. Okay, a lot of dead carcasses just laid out from war. It says, "Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with blood." Yeah, these different governments, man, they're gonna be melted with blood. Why? Because it's gonna be mass death of all these heathens that's gonna fight in that final battle. And it says, "And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all the hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth off from the vine, and as the falling fig from the fig tree." Yeah, and that's those missiles, all right, which is gonna fall upon this place on America and explode and burn this place up. And it said the heavens shall be rolled as a scroll, which is referencing the mushroom clouds. Okay, when those missiles explode and it makes that mushroom cloud. All right. So this is going to be a great devastating day in that time. Okay. It says, "And my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea." Yeah, who's Idumea? Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom. Okay, so this nuclear fire is set for the so-called white man, mainly for the so-called white man, though these other nations is going to be burnt up also. But this nuclear judgment is set for Esau, the so-called white man, all right, here in America and in them other and Russia and them other parts where Esau is at. This fire is going to burn them up. But ultimately, America is going to be destroyed. The whole land is going to be destroyed by that fire. So it says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Yeah, the Esau, he's the cursed people to judgment, all right? Obadiah. You have the book of Obadiah where the Most High, he's going to pretty much destroy the so-called white man in its time. You know, that's the Most High's determination. It says, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made with fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. And the Lord hath, it says, for the Lord have a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. That's right. So, these Edomites, they're gonna be like sacrificial animals, all right? It's the same way you burn a sacrificial animal unto the Lord as a sweet savor. These Edomites, man, they the ones that's gonna be burning in that fire, all right? They're gonna be the new sacrifice when the Lord burn them in that thermonuclear fire during the time of World War III. Okay, so this is the future of the so-called white man, all right, and rightfully so, because look at his history. He has a history of rape, robbery, and murder, and he have not paid for his crimes that he have committed on the earth. But the time is coming when the Most High, he's gonna bring this judgment and that fire to burn them up. Okay, the Lord is the one who's gonna destroy the wicked out of the earth. So, you know, with that, you know, hope you brothers understand. I'm going to say all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, and shalom to the elect. Shalom.